Good day and hello, everybody. Greetings. I think my camera slid upwards. One moment. Adjustments. A little better. I'll have to look at that. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. More Minecraft. Sorry I've been gone for like 4 days, but I'm back now. I still love you. Wife is back home from the hospital, so I am here and back able to stream again. Got some work done today. 3 new tutorials out today. I'll be working on tutorials most, if not all, the day tomorrow as well, and plan on streaming tomorrow night as well. So, lots of stuff, lots of things going on. Let's begin, shall we? So, we got some stuff to work on today. Let us begin by talking about the saddest of news. The saddest of news. My reactor. My ginormous, delicious reactor. It's not going to work. We're going to have to tear it apart today. So, it has been explained to me that they have gone in and removed the ability to make a reactor this big. The maximum size reactor is now 64 by 64 by 64. I'll be honest, I have not 100% confirmed that myself. I need to go look at the patch notes, but that is what I've been advised, that they have removed that option to make the ginormous one. Supposedly it was causing some severe issues for players, right? But yeah, lowered the bigger reactor max size to 64, 64, 64 due to performance concerns and worlds being broken. So that is no longer the option. I cannot make a ginormous world-ending reactor. It won't work bigger than 64. So we're going to tear that apart today and make a 64, 64, 64 one. I mean, we might as well make the biggest one there is, right? That reminds me, I should grab my book. There it is. It says it's been updated in here, but I haven't looked, so let's do that. Should be at the end, I believe. Yep. It is now 64, 64, 64. Yeah, some players lost their world. I would think that we could remove the achievement for it, but allow it to be there with a caveat of, hey, people, you might not want to do this if your computer can't handle it, but that's all right. It is what it is. We'll get by. I do have to figure out what that is. Discover the SCP dimension. That's I don't know what that is. So it's something else we have to figure out eventually. But so yeah, we're gonna make a 64, 64, 64 one today. So I have a feeling we have enough components to do it, and it's gonna take a few minutes to tear this puppy down. But we're gonna do that. What else are we going to do? Let's see. As I said I did go ahead upstairs and build a new area for mystical agriculture, because we were working on making Awakened Supremium, which is something we are still going to work on today. So that is a thing. Let me grab some RGB real quick. And so we're going to work on that today. Work on the Awakened Draconium. I still need to beat the Gaia. So we're upgrading gear to try to get to that. So many things to do still in the pack. I'm just sad that the big challenge is over. You know, saddest of days. You know, I did all that so that I could put some RGB in here. And then I didn't do it. Failed, Raven. Get out of here. Go away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how many it'll hold. I could make a bigger internal tank, but I burn through it faster than I make it, so. I have to learn the hard way myself, decrypting a few worlds. Yeah, I've had it happen to me in older worlds and other packs and stuff. It's definitely happened. Let's see, what else? We got many hats to open today. Let me grab some of these. I do have oh yeah, we want to continue working on the Tomes of Undying thing that or not the Tomes, but the Hearts thing. The thing that lets me have more heart containers. We're going to work on that today. But look at all the hats that are available for us to work on today. I've gathered many hearts too. So look at all these hats. Now, we're probably just going to open the rare and the epic ones until we get down to the last couple of hats, and then we'll figure out where they need to be. But I'm pretty sure I just need the epic ones at this point. So let's do that. Are you... Oh, here's... Let's see. Are you planning on doing a tutorial on Spelled? I have no idea what Spelled is. Is that a mod? It is a mod. I have no idea what this is. Didn't even know it was in here. Spell book. You can make a spell book. You can make a little... Yeah. We'll do that in a couple of minutes. We'll figure it out, and then I'll make a tutorial on it tomorrow. That sounds like fun. Let me open the hats first. We'll start with that today. I didn't even know that was a thing. Hey, look at that. First hat gave us an achievement. Right out of the gate. Wondermous. Let's see if we get any more achievements today. Come on, achievements. Oh, wow. Wow, we didn't get any more achievements. But the bee hat, a fishing hat, that sounds awesome. Let's see what the fishing hat looks like. Wow. Does that say something on it? It does, but I can't see what it says. What's the bee hat look like? Oh, I'm a giant bee hat. Okay, we may be wearing the bee hat today. I kind of like the bee hat. Let's see. Everything else. Oh, what's this? Rainy Cloud. That's the best hat ever. That's the best hat ever. We're totally wearing Rainy Cloud. Bee hat was cool, but Rainy Cloud was better. I'm sorry. Sorry, you all. If you were excited about bee hat is not going to make it for us today. We put away the hats we've got. We did get a few hats that we did not have, though. So even though we got only one achievement, we got a lot closer. We are going to open up the rare ones here. How's the reactor process? Oh, saddest of days. I was just talking about that. We're going to tear it down today. The most recent update changed it where the maximum size reactor now is 64 by 64 by 64. You can't make the big one anymore. So because of that, I'm going to tear it apart. We're going to make the 64 one today. I'm going to open the rare hats just in case there's some rare hats we don't have. Because there is possible that there's a rare hat or two we may not have grabbed yet. So we'll see here in a moment. Nope, we already had all of them. Yeah, I'm disappointed very much. I was excited to have that as a big old goal to work on, you know, but I guess it was causing a lot of problems for people's computers and people were crashing and losing their world. It was just too much for a lot of people's PCs, so whoops. So sad days indeed, but it is what it is. Hey, we did get an achievement. I'm glad we opened these ones. Wonderful. That is another hat achievement down. Looks like it's this one here. Red eyes. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta look and see what that looks like because on my red gear, that could look pretty cool. Okay, I can't see it because of my gear. All right, well, rainy hat it is. Truly is an elite level troll. Well, you know, if it's destroying people's worlds, then I understand. I understand. It is what it is, yeah. But I'm pretty sure we've got enough resources to make a 64, 64, 64 one, though. So we're definitely going to do that today. But now we're going to look at Spelled, because I didn't know it was a thing. Let's see. Check out the measuring tape. Very useful for counting blocks. I just realized you put that in there. Measuring tape. I will look at it. Measuring tape. I'll make one. How's it work? Oh! 20 blocks. That's excellent. Oh, I love the measuring tape. What a wonderful block. 12 by... Oh, I'm going to use this so much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ice Cold Spy, for telling me about this block. How do I stop using it? Oh, you just go off of it. Oh, that's excellent. I love that. That is phenomenal. I literally am going to use that all the time. I could see so many times I would have loved to have that. I'm going to pick these up because I already made tutorials on them today, and they're out now. Measuring tape. Measuring tape. Let me put that over here in this chest. I'm going to play with that. Just the bottom. It's probably true. It's probably true. We're going to look at this Spelled thing, though. I didn't know Spelled was a thing. You've intrigued me with your Spelled. And the fact that you're wanting a tutorial on it lets me know there's interest. Let us make a worn notebook. That's not a spell book. I want a spell book. Let me try it with this recipe. Okay, we'll try it with that. There we go. That's a spell book. And we'll make a leveling altar. That seems like the basics, right? Okay, well, it's just a book on the ground. Oh. Item required. 10 lapis lazulus. Spellbook. You do not know any adjectives. Man, I couldn't tell you what an adjective is. I don't know nor care about any of that type of stuff. Let me get some lapis lazulis. And we'll see what we can do with that. Lapis. Okay, all right. 5 experience levels and 10 lapises. What am I doing? What happened? Did it do anything? I still don't have any adjectives. What does that mean? Let me see. Let me try this again. Hey, Mr. Turtle. Welcome back, sir. So that's eating up my levels, but nothing is happening. What good is this thing? I'm very confused. Okay, hang on. Let me. So this doesn't do anything. Let me go back in here. Everything else is a book that I can't do anything with. Okay. Let's take a look at our eccentric and just see if there is any type of a guide for that. Sushi, binder, apotheosis, cyclic, occultism, immersive, force, laser, little elastics, modular, mystical egg. We do need to do that golem stuff. What's that? Sebastian, checking, thermal, butt magic. No. No. You know, I'm right clicking with this book. Let me get a regular book. Maybe you're right, Terry. Let me try a regular book. I have one book left. No, doesn't, book doesn't seem to do anything. Can you right-click it with Iron Book? Oh, I'm sorry, it was Turtle, not Terry, who said that. Sorry, Terry. Sorry, Turtle. Sorry, Terry. Sorry, everybody. That starts with a T. You have to learn the words, no guide found. Yeah, how do you lose the word? Okay. I may have to research that off camera. I don't like to do a lot of Googling while we're just sitting here hanging out, you know what I mean? Just because that's not cool. No tool. Does that mean I don't need a tool, or is this going to break it? Okay, all right. I'm going to set that over here, and I will work on that. I will Google and research and do information. Last time we were here, we did automate fuel going into the reactor. It is building fuel faster than I can use it. But once I got most done of the basics automation, I kind of lost interest in the lack of well-defined goals. Yeah, you know, browser, I don't disagree with you. I know there's a lot to do in here, but there's really no specific goals. And I think that I think this needed to be bigger. There needed to be more straight up achievements, like hats, and like some of these things are time consuming, but doing all the pearls, to be honest with you, it's just not that fun. I'm gonna do them, but doing all the creeper ones, like it's all part of the same thing. I enjoyed the hats, but I always like that kind of stuff. And I'm just not a fan of these type of guidebooks. And, well, there's a fair amount of stuff in here. I feel like in Sky Factory 4, when you had it this style, if you scrolled over it, it gave you a little bit of an idea of what it was you were needing to do. You know what I mean? It gave you at least a tooltip that explained where to look or where to start to give you an idea of what you're looking for. I need 2 hats there, 1 hat, 2 hats. So I only need 6 more hats, and I've got them all. Yes, it did, sir. That's what we're about to tear this apart and make a new one. Saddest day of our entire lives, to be honest with you. They said it was causing a lot of problems. People's worlds were crashing, and they were losing their whole worlds. It was just too much. I don't know if it was too much for the pack or if it was too much for some people's computers. That I don't know. We're going to start at the top and tear our way down, and we'll make the 64-64 one today. That will be our goal. I appreciate that, Pork Chop. Yeah, if you come across anything else, let me know. Oh, it's now snowing. I've gone so high. I'm above the clouds. How is it raining or snowing above the clouds? That doesn't seem scientific. All right, so I guess we'll break that snow, and then we will begin the vein mining process. Vein mining! Boy, I did not get many. Boy, I hope they're on the ground down there. That's correct. Yeah, they corrected the flight augment a couple updates ago. But it is nice to have it back so you can find it easier. Okay, well. Oh, there's some. Let me make sure I gather all these. I don't want to lose them. I think Sky Factory 4 did something that no other mod pack I've ever found has been able to do. And that is, it gave you a ton of goals with directions on how to do them, but gave you the option to do which ones you wanted. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to do, other than maybe the sapling, the first page of saplings, you didn't have to do anything else in Sky Factory 4. You could have skipped AE, or you could have skipped generators, you could have skipped nuclear craft reactors, mechanism reactors. In fact, mechanism reactors didn't even have achievements. I'm not even flying. I thought I was flying. I was just jumping up and down like an idiot. That's my fault. You know, that's just the thing there, right? It did a really good job of balancing, hey, here's 1,000 things you can do. Now go do the ones you want. With this one, I feel like there's a lot of stuff it gives you in the book you can do, but just, again, not a lot of guidance or reason to do them. All right. Ah, I knew it was going to happen. I'm trying to get all of the things here. Okay. It is mine as well. It is mine as well. You know, there are other packs that did a pretty good job of it as well. Again, the stone blocks are usually pretty good about that. I want to say all the mods, did it have much in the way? I think 8 was pretty good at guiding you through stuff, at least. Let's see. Too much snow. Let's see. Would you try an expert pack like E2E? Everything is a rabbit hole, so many steps, just the simple items. Probably not. And that actually speaks back to a lot of what I was talking about in our last stream, where it comes to the different mentalities of playing games like Sky Factory, where I wouldn't call making something harder for no reason an expert pack. I think that's a very poor, not saying that you're doing it wrong, but it's commonly known as an expert pack. I don't think it makes you an expert. I think it makes you a sadist. But it's, you know, it's like, hey, I want to do a lot of things, and hey, make them harder for no reason other than to make them harder. It doesn't make you an expert. So I'm not a fan of that terminology. But again, it's a common one in the Minecraft community. I'm not saying you're saying it wrong. You're using it correctly. But that is a thing. Hard for hard's sake, with no benefit, is the thing I hate most about a mod pack. So playing a mod pack specifically designed, oh Lord, okay, we finally got some, specifically designed with that to be the sole purpose, just would blow my mind. You know what I mean? Trying to keep this cleaned out now. Again, we're going to use a lot of these. Thing packs need are guidebooks for all the mods. Yeah, it's helpful. And of course, not all mods have guidebooks, right? That's not on the pack creator. That's on the individual creators of the mods. I think that most mods should have a guidebook. Some are so easy you don't need one. Like, to be honest with you, there is one, but I don't really feel Cyclic needs one. Cyclic is pretty, I mean, I'm sure it's there. There's probably a few things in Cyclic that I could benefit from having the guidebook for now. Maybe a couple blocks I've never used before. But I mean, most of it's pretty self-explanatory, and you don't need it. Um, I don't think I've ever really had to look at the guidebook for mystical agriculture, even the new modern version of mystical agriculture that I'm not as big of a fan of. So some mods don't, but I think that there's a lot of mods that would benefit from it, like things like Botania. Yeah, there needs to be a guidebook, not just because the guidebook has a function, but because that it's just there's so much involved with Botania. Butt Magic is another good example of a pack that really needs a guidebook. There's a lot involved. Ars Nouveau, for those of you new here. New Mystical is trash. It's not as good. I would say that for sure. Biggest things. Okay, my experience. All the mod packs have really good quest books. All the mod packs have really good quest. In which one are you referencing? Just so I know what we're talking about, Turtle. When you say all the mod packs, do you mean every mod pack you've ever played? Oh, all the mods packs, all the mods, comma pack. That makes more. Okay, I'm following you now. Sorry, that was me reading it wrong. I know what you mean. Yeah, all the mods has been pretty good for that. I would agree. Even when some of the stuff in all the mods is broken, they do a good job of guiding you and giving you things to do. I would agree with you on that. Stonework. Someone says Stonework 2 and 3 are some of your favorites. I don't know if I've ever played Stonework. If you mean Stone Block, 1 and 2 were great. 3 was horrible. Clean this out again. Again, I'm trying not to waste any of these if I can help it. We're going to need a lot for our 64. Doesn't need one, but it's nice to have something. Right, yeah, right. I mean, it doesn't hurt to have one. I think it's great when they have one there for those people who need it, Like, absolutely. I don't think that I would ever tell someone not to make a guidebook. A guidebook is only beneficial. But, yeah, it'd be nice. A guidebook would be nice. I don't think that I think it's more important for a mod pack to have some form of direction or guidance as to what your goals or progression are. What was the one that I did? It was a magic based pack that was a sky block, but there was a whole bunch of islands. And you started with like a base form of Project E and you worked your way up to it. It was like Mystical Block or something like that, if I remember correctly. And that one had a really good guidance system in it. There was questing and all sorts of stuff. I think the pack was a little small based on how many mods were in it and such, but I remember thinking that one was really well designed. You as a seasoned Minecrafter, you don't, but for anyone starting out, no, I don't disagree with you there. I mean, that's what my whole channel is based on, right? Making tutorials and guides for new and younger players and such, and sometimes for more advanced players looking for. I don't do as much stuff. The automating and how to do the complicated stuff, I do deal with some, but yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, my whole channel is based on that. Let me put these away. Ooh, that was almost full. So many wasted blocks. I'm not going to use half of these dang things. A lot of expert packs are focused on making things more realistic, or at least granular and logical. Makes it more rewarding. And that's where we come down to the different mentalities of Minecraft players. That was something we talked about during the last stream, is that there's two primary forms of players in my mind, in my experience. There's the folks who are playing it, who are technically minded people. These are people who like programming and coding and all that kind of stuff. And so when you get a pack that's overwhelmingly technical like that, they're attracted to that. And then you have people who want to play the game for fun. They didn't come here to learn. And I'm not saying you're not having fun the other way around. That's probably bad wording on my fault. But I meant more like I didn't come here to learn programming. And I don't personally need to know the actual realistic science behind how a reactor works. If I wanted that, I'd Google it, I came here to be able to make a reactor and magical flowers that summon a Gaia at the same time. You know what I mean? Not shooting for realism. But a lot of mod packs are created by people with that more technical mindset, which is why you see a lot of that type of thing out there. Well, I think that's a minority of the players, it's the majority of creators. Setting up two machines just to autocraft one item is fun. No? Not no, but hell no? I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's an incredibly long, complicated process and I can make an automation that ends up saving me time, that can be worth it if I need enough of the thing, right? An example, like, I use a very complicated process to automate more s'more double smingets. I didn't need to do that. That was just to see if I could do it. But it was optional. I'm not being forced to do that. And I think that's the key. The pack didn't tell me I had to do that in order to move forward or to get basic resources. And even with HDPE, I mean, I set up an automation to do it, but you didn't have to do it that way. You could have manually moved the components and got it that way. Choosing to automate it for simplification process, that makes sense. But that's opposite of what you said at the beginning, right? If I'm creating a complicated thing to make something easier, I'm all about that. But if you're making a complicated thing for no purpose other than to make it more complicated, that's not fun. Don't complicate something I can already do easily. Create something new that's just complicated, well, that's different. I'm not going to get mad at that if you're like, here's a brand new process that's never existed before, but it's going to take you an hour to set it up. All right, I'm game, let's do it. Because that's how it's supposed to be. But if you're like, hey, it's going to take you an hour to learn how to make a cobblestone furnace, and you need 72 other types of blocks to do it, I'm going to slap you. Because that's just stupid. I literally got in tonight to work on a quest book for a mod pack and make with your friends. Nice! Trying to put an AEC system is a beehive. Yeah. More reason why I don't use AE systems. But yes, you are correct. I would agree with you on that. This is slowly coming apart. I hope I haven't missed any. I fell. I've watched your EV pellet so many times I might be able to quote it. It's one of the more popular ones. That one, and I think I've only ever done one tutorial on an AE system, AE storage. And it was how to set it up at the beginning, just the intro to get it set up. And every month since I've made it, it's in my top 5 most watched videos. I was actually chatting about that with Terry today. We were looking at my list, and for the first time in a very long time, newer tutorials are making it into that list of my top most watched videos of the month. There were 2 or 3 Sky Factory 5 tutorials in my most watched videos. And I haven't had a new video break the top 5 or 10 in a very long time. It's always had an introduction to an AE system, how to make a smeltery. That's always on the early list. Those 2 are usually fighting it out for first and second place. That's the hardest process I have seen in any Minecraft mod pack. I have to watch the video every time. The HDPE thing? HDPE is a tough one. I'll tell you, in personal opinion, if I had to pick hardest process, and I don't mean like building a giant reactor, like the maximum size ones and so on, but for just a process, crystalline sulfate in Sky Factory 4 is the thing I hate making more than anything else. The process to make it is just horrendous, and it's worse than HDPE. Luckily, you don't have to make it unless you're doing nuclear craft and stuff. Unless you're doing some of the more complicated achievements. Some people never get that far in Sky Factory 4, so it's not a concern. But crystalline sulfate is the worst thing, in my opinion, that you have to make in Sky Factory 4. The most complicated process. And it was even harder in the earlier days of Sky Factory 4. Because when Sky Factory 4 first came out, there was no way to filter fluids with cyclic cables. That was added later. And so it made it nigh impossible to get the thing to automate. And then Cyclic updated and, oh, it changed the world, man. Yee. I'm pretty sure I'm 90% on that one. Well, I appreciate that. I am going to build an AE system in this playthrough. I mean, I don't like it, but I'm going to do it. It's different. I'm sure that the process is different enough from Sky Factory 4, and there are enough people that like AE that it will benefit people for me to figure out how it works and do a tutorial on it. And while I may not want it to use it personally, there are people that do, and they shouldn't not get guidance or help on things just because I'm not a fan of it. That's just me, you know. Because I don't like something doesn't mean I don't want to help you be able to use it. So I will be doing AE, and I'll probably be doing more tutorials on it than I did in Sky Factory 4. Because number one, in Sky Factory 4, there were much better storage options available. Sky Factory 5 is very limited, so people who want an advanced storage system, AE is really the only option I've seen so far. So for those folks, I'll definitely help you get one put together. So for those of you who know AE, boy, I'm gonna lean on you guys heavily when it comes time for me to start messing with AE, and it's not that far off. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna need some help figuring it out myself. So those of you who know AE, I will be calling upon thee. Know that. You will be needed and loved. But, you know, I love you all the time anyways. Have you seen Sunday's solar panel farm in Sky Factory 4? I have not. I've never seen a Sunday video. Although people bring him up all the time. I hear great things about him. I'm sure he is wonderful. I rarely have time to watch other people's content, to be honest with you. So, unfortunately, I have not had that opportunity. I need to check it out, though, because people talk about how great his stuff is all the time, and the amount of people who've said that, it's got to be pretty tits. So, definitely something I need to make the time to look at. Setting up E on this pack is so much better. I'm sure it is. I mean, Sky Factory 4 is 5 years old at this point. I'm sure that they're, with all the changes to other mods, AE could be way better than it used to be. If that's the case, I might like it more. I'm not going to like it much, but I might like it more than I used to. That's possible. I'm open to that opportunity. It could be better than it was. I'll give it a fair shake. I just, you know, it's impossible to go in with a completely open mind when you despise something. I mean, that's just how life works. It's impossible to completely get rid of your biases immediately. Life's not that easy. All this snow blowing up looks kind of cool. I got room for more? Yeah, I got lots of room. There's only one inscribed for all the circuit boards. That's a huge improvement right there. That's awesome. So if there's only one, you're talking about there's only one of the molds? Is that what you're talking about? Is that, if I'm correct? I think that's what I can't remember what they're called. They weren't called molds, but that's basically what they were. There was different presses. There was a circuit press, and there was the quartz press, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that thing? Okay. Well, that's good. Every little bit's good. What's the difference between Sky Factory 4 and 5? They're vastly different. There's probably more different between them than there is the same. Sky Factory 4 was based primarily on using saplings to get resources, as well as things like mystical agriculture. Sky Factory 5 has neither of those. It's based on dye and colors. And so the whole purpose of it is to unlock the colors in the game and then using different dyes to produce other materials. which sounds odd, but actually works out well. I don't mind the dye features of Sky Factory 5 at all. That part I enjoy. I have no problem with that. I wish Mystical hadn't been as nerfed, but I understand why Mystical seeds were taken out, because they want you to use the dye. I get that. And Mystical itself, the things I dislike the most about Mystical were nerfed in the mod, not in this pack. That's been the same in every Mystical pack I've played for the last... Ah! What in the world was that? Oh, I don't have any light over here anymore. I should probably go turn my statues off. Hold on a second. I forgot about that. There's no light anymore. Turn all these off. Nope, don't want those on. They're already on. Nope, turn that off. Turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. Okay. Let's see here. It's Project E. No, Sky Factory 5 does not have Project E. A lot of the mods that you're used to are not in Sky Factory 5. A lot of different stuff. Why is that zombie not... Oh, yeah, they're not dying in the sunlight now. I forgot. They shouldn't spawn anymore, at least. Has iron tree, has gray tree that can make iron from its dye. That is correct. That's correct. So using 4 light gray dye, you can make iron. 4 yellow dye will make you gold in its raw form. You still have to cook it into ingots and stuff. But yes, that's very much like what it's like. I'll leave mods off for the next little while. Or mobs off for the next little while. Until we get this new reactor built. I'm going to need another chunk loader. Peggy! A pig keeps spawning in this corner, and I don't know why. I don't have a pig statue turned on. And they keep spawning in just this corner. That's pig in the corner. That's pig in the spotlight. Sorry, music reference. Still tree-based in the beginning. I wouldn't say it's tree-based, right? I mean... Technically you can, but you can get away from the trees very quickly. You can make the colored dye seeds super fast. And then you don't even need trees really anymore, other than, for wood and building, of course. But you need that in every Minecraft pack. Cloches for the win. Show. I don't have a pig trophy out. Wait, do trophies work even if they're in a chest? That's something I hadn't considered. I wonder if trophies turned on and you put them inside a storage unit of some kind are still considered active. I never thought of that. I just assumed they had to be out in the world. Well, remind me here in a minute, and I'll dig my pig trophy out of the barrel that it's in, and we'll see if it's turned on. But it's only that one pig, though. They're not like pigs everywhere. Normally when I have those turned on, I get... passive animals. Remember how bad it looked downstairs where the I'm doing magical stuffs? There were pigs everywhere down there, but I'm just getting one pig in the corner. One pig in the spotlight. Losing his religion. Zoom. For those of you wondering what we're doing right now, I was building a reactor that was 180 by 180 by 200 and a whole bunch, because that was an achievement in the game. But they have, in the most recent update, they have made it where the biggest reactor you can make that'll work is now 64 by 64 by 64. So I have had to, now I'm tearing this ginormous thing apart, and we're going to build the 64 one today, which should be easy because I have way more than enough resources. I could probably build 3 or 4 of them, to be honest. It's taking longer than I thought it would. They do stay on? Oh, interesting. Shwoop. Go faster if I keep stopping. Whoops. How was everyone's week? Did anybody have any cool experiences? And while you're thinking about how you're going to answer, hey, remember to click that old like button today, would you? Help a guy out. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe so you can hang out with us more often. How was your week? Did anything cool happen to you? Or anything mediocre even? You know, I'll take reasonably mediocre is cool too. As many of you know, my wife was in the hospital. It was for some testing. She was okay. It was just some testing. And they let her come home yesterday evening. So we spent kind of just the evening hanging out and resting. And then today was back to tutorials and filming and stuff. And back to streaming. But we have an appointment in like a month and a half. And we'll go over all the results and stuff then. Congrats, Mr. Terry, on your 5 wins in a row. I wish there was a faster way to do this. That still allowed me to keep the blocks. Oh, somebody said building gadgets are back in here. Building gadgets back in here? They are, maybe. No? Yeah, they are. Building gadgets. Hey, the destruction gadget. So the destruction gadget would be a much faster way to remove these blocks, but then I wouldn't get to keep them, so I don't want to do that. Okay. Oh, I'm full. I do love the destruction gadget. It's so good at destruction. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. Name the U.S. presidential scholars, one of 6,003 high school seniors. Wow, that's pretty kick-ass, Turtle. Congrats, sir. I never heard of that. Way to go, making it to the elite squad, my friend. Congrats. Presidential scholars. Is that coming like scholarships and stuff, or? I mean, or you can tell me off camera if you don't want to talk about it here. That's fine. I don't know anything about that stuff. But that's pretty kick-ass. Congrats, sir. Let's see. Allow me to list for you the awards that I won in school. That's all of them. I did not apply myself in school, but only because I didn't care. That was the main reason. And for the vast majority of my life, it has not affected me negatively. It's kind of a humorous thing, actually. I had a conversation about that with someone I worked with the other day when they were surprised that I didn't have a college degree. I'm like, really? You thought about going back? No, man. I've hated every class and grade of school I ever went to. I'm not going to go back again by choice. Like, well, what about the benefits? I'm like, well, I mean, you know, let's talk about those benefits. You and I have the same job, dude. We have the same job. We make the same amount of money. And I don't have a ton of student debt. You know, I don't know what that degree is doing for you at this very minute, but now don't get me wrong. If there are things out there that 100% would have benefited. I mean, if I want to be doctor or lawyer or an engineer or, you know, anything that having actual training would have benefited. But I did not. Did not have the drive to do anything like that. I will be one of those folks who just provides basic services so that everybody has the things they need in life. I'm okay with that. I worked fast food. I worked in factories. I worked in all sorts of stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Without those people, I don't get a cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? I like a cheeseburger. I like a pizza. I like having an iPhone. I like having a computer and I like playing video games. I don't want to make them. I'm glad there's somebody out there that does. And thank them. We all got our role to play. Let's see. I got to submit an essay, and they pick 160 finalists. Unfortunately, it's just a medal. Hey, it's still a medal, man. That's one of those things, though, that you can slap on a resume that'll look really good. All right. We are clear. There's still holes in the ground. We have cleared it out. Now, out of a whim, I want to know how many I have in the system. I have almost 40,000 reactor casings. That's hilarious. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and pick some back out. And we're going to start building a reactor. I figure I'll just make it in, where am I going to make it? I guess we'll make it over, right over here in the corner. Once I set this up, I should hopefully never need to touch it again. Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where it's actually going to start. Use the measuring tape. What a great idea. I will use the measuring tape. What a great idea. Boop. 2. Oh, that's how high it is. I didn't mean to do that. I should have done the block under it, but that's okay. 27, 26, 30 something. I can't see the number on this side, though. The number is so far away. Oh, that's this way. Okay, so I need to come... I'm not sure I'll be able to use it for the whole thing. I can't see the number. It's too far away. See, that says... I thought that said 60. What are you... Sir, I have no time for you. Why are you spawning? I turned you off. 47. That's 50 by... You know, I would have used the measuring tape, but when you get that far away, it's not going to work, unfortunately. I do like the measuring tape, and it's still very handy. I don't think it's going to work for something quite that big. How many casings do you have? 39,000 and change. Let me do that so no more things spawn. I could have... Zombies? Are they still on? Oh, I don't even have zombies out here. Okay, so maybe it's one of those ones. So slime. Hang on, let me put away some of these casings so I got room to pick stuff up. So I'm still getting slimes. And I'm still getting zombies. Where's zombies at? Zombies. Okay. Yep, they were still on. Check the pig one. Nope, pigs were off. Pigs were off. I just had that one random pig. Okay. Whoops. Yee-hee. Did we ever put the feral pet? We didn't, because it turned out we didn't need to, because they didn't spawn on the actual casings. You know what I mean? Turns out they didn't need to. Let's see if I do. Let me try this. If I choose the block next to this. Yeah, the number just stays so far away. I can't see when it's 64. 62. 63. I think that's 64. I can't see because it says colorless. Yes. No. 60. Okay, I'm just going to have to do it manually. That's okay, though. It's all right. For another time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, 6, 7 to 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8, 9, 40. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4. 64. Do it again. 2. You know what? I got a whole stack here. What am I doing? There. That 62 will be 64. Yes, Tuvit, you are 100% correct. You came to that before I did. Just use a whole stack. That would have been way smarter. Whoops. Well, that's going to have to go there anyway, so that's fine. Also need to add one more for the one I put down wrong. Okay, so that's 64 again. So this 63 should go right across because I already had one down. I'm just so fast, it's a little harder to place stuff than normal. No! No! Damn it anyways. The downside is super speed. Now this one, I should have one at each end, so just the 62 should do it. Perfect. Now we'll get our wand out. No, that's not code. Let me get more. Get rid of that. And pull some more of these out. Put the measuring tape away for now. Come on. Oh, I ran out. I was like, why is it not letting me put more? Miss Five by me not figuring it out. Listen, I never said I was a smart guy. I have never once said that I'm a smart dude. I dare you to find a situation where I said I'm a smart dude. Quite the opposite. I'm a dumbass. I've run out again. Okay. I figure I'll tear the other reactor down once we get this one going. Because then I can use that space for something that would benefit me being up close. Okay, good. Oh, got a little bit extra around the edge there. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, this works out real well too, because I can just put my controller, all my controller stuff right in this corner. So I'll put the controller right here. Ba-doop. And then for power taps, I can put that and that. And then for fuel, one going in, one going out. Giggity. Now, I need to drop a layer. We're going to build the frame just like we were doing with the big one. I'm just building one layer around the bottom first. We'll have more than 50 million RF. I hope so. I can't decide how many fuel rods and stuff I want to put in it. Like, I could do just the basic 5 again. Or I could do 4 of my 5 sections in it. Most of it's going to be empty. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to leave most of it as empty. And I'm not going to bother using glass, the reactor glass, because I don't care what it looks like. I'm not going to be looking inside of it all that often, you know what I'm saying? And I've got so many casings made, I might as well just use them. No sense making the glass at this point. So I get this row around, then I can use the wand again. Using the wand again. I think there's what is the achievement to get 1 million RF per tick? I believe. So that's, I need to make that much to get the achievement. All right, cool, and the gang. All right, so again, we're going to take this and we'll take 2 off the stack because I've already got 2 here. So now I need to build this up 64. At least we've got a lot of other room for other stuff, right? I'll flare torture that other area up here in a few minutes. Boop. I love not having fall damage. Okay, get rid of that. 62 again. Up is so much easier. I like that the colossal chests keep phasing in and out. Two. Let's see. More than 50 million RF. I'll take it. I wonder how quickly it's going to burn through fuel. I may need to automate fuel again. And like more than I'm making now. Yee-hee. Okay. Confused with having the giant reactor. So they did an update to the pack, and they changed it where the maximum size reactor you can make is 64 by 64 by 64. The ginormous one we were building previously was causing problems and causing people to crash and lose their worlds and stuff. So they dropped it down to this to avoid that happening. And now I don't need to count because they'll just connect. So this is the biggest reactor I can make now. So we tore it apart for parts, and now we're making the biggest one we can. They updated the guide achievement book too for this to be the biggest one. Good Lord, I can't go straight. Giggity. So, therein lies the rub. I'm still making the biggest reactor possible. Just that reactor is now much smaller than it used to be. It's still a big reactor. It's just nothing compared to what we were doing, right? And I'm still hoping to get to Awakened Supremium today, too. But we may or may not. I don't know. We're hoping to. Hoping this doesn't take the whole next hour. I don't think it should. Filling in the edges and sides and stuff should be pretty quick with the wand. Now that we've got all the resources we need. Making the middle stuff and figuring how we're going to do that might be a little different. I'm going to set it up to just run all the time. But I will troubleshoot and we'll do the fail-safe thing to stop it from... or it'll stop itself at some point if we need it to. Okay, so let's get into here, bring our wand back down, get rid of that meat. Yeah, we barely put a dent into this yet, so. Oh, that's not going to take long when I'm wrapping it all the way around, right? It's not going to keep doing that, though. Because it's not at the same level. I'm going to have to go back and fill in a lot of holes later, but it's a start. Oh, wow, we are burning through this. I hope I have enough to finish this thing. I'll be crazy if we still don't have enough to... I've got enough resources that we could probably finish it out. I just would have to cook a lot of it. was that? Hey, Tyler, welcome back to the ODG membership. Welcome. It is wondermous to have you. I don't know if it'll feed up from those, but all right. Everything's coming together. Come together right here. A little bit of Beatles for you there. Draven, musical savant. Not even a little bit am I a musical savant. The last thing you want in your life is Draven singing, I promise you that. Nightmare fuel. No! I knew that was going to happen. Wait, I could probably just do this. No! Okay, alright, so minor mistakes were made. That's okay. I'm about to manually mine these for a minute. I got one more level here. Mistakes were made. Oh, it did it down here too. Okay. Oh no, it did it 2 in. Oh crap. Alright, okay, well. We're learning. We're learning. Mistakes were made. We may make the draconic tools here soon too. I feel like that's something we'll need to do. Only up and down from this point. Giggity. I will be streaming tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. And then I don't stream Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but not next week, but the week after. My hope is to have the Merge Worlds D&D series podcast come back live. So not this upcoming week, but the week after. And I think it'll probably be every other week. I won't be doing it every week. And I haven't decided what day of the week I'm going to do it yet. That's all still up in the air. I'll figure that over the next week or so. But I have had a fair amount of people actually ask to get it back, which is exciting because it's my favorite thing I get to do. And I've been on hiatus for that since June. So, how many of these did I frickin' do? Sure, we'll undo them. It would, but then I would have to refill in the area again anyway. So it's just, it's fine. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, back in black. Here we are. Oh no! Okay, wait. Now, hang on a second. You said there was a way to excavate 2v1. What is the? How do I do that? That would help me. Press V. 1 by 2. What do I need to do just this row? I guess that's it, right? No, because that's going to do the one behind me too. All right, I'm going to test it over here. Okay, that seemed to somewhat work. Okay, I can deal with that. Is it only going to do 2? It'll only do 2. Can I make it bigger than that? No. Huh. Well, still better. It's still going to be faster, so we'll do it this way then. It's faster than mining it manually. Mistakes were made. Whoops! I keep not flying fast enough. That's better. Alright, this is way faster than mining it manually. pleased to be doing Merge Worlds again. This upcoming Sunday, the whole day is going to be dedicated to writing. No electronics on Sunday is my goal. I mean, like, not for the whole day, but for while I'm doing Merge Worlds. I'm going to unplug and just write. Which should be interesting. May turn on some tunes. Music inspires my writing. There are certain bands that I find are perfect for when I'm writing Dungeons & Dragons. And I listen, and a lot of times I get my ideas for writing while driving. Had a great one today. Got past a little bit of a block, if you will. So I was happy to do that. Let me pick up my refuse. Anything on the ground? I think I got most of it. Okay. All right. Let's try it again without the failures this time, shall we? I need you guys to remind me to fail less. Do this. Back up a little bit. There we go. Whoops, wrong button. Down, down, not sideways. Delicious. Refill again. If we did that, we wouldn't get anything done. What do you mean? I'd get so much more done. You just get less entertainment out of it. If I failed less. Okay. Better. Better. Making all sorts of progress over here. Any holes in there? No. Oh, wow, wrapped all the way around. That's beauty. That's beauty. I love that. Okay, good. Hopefully it continues to do that. Stock up again. We're actually good at you. We were over halfway through the casings we had, so this is using more than I thought it would, to be honest. Oh, I'm on the ground. I didn't realize that. Oh, wow. That was awesome. Okay. All right. So, now, I believe, have we determined that you can, in fact, have open space inside your reactor? Has anyone built a reactor and left open space in it? I'm just giving myself a way inside, so I don't have to keep flying up and over the wall. We'll fill that in last. So we're going to close this up for a minute. So when it comes to bigger reactors, first of all, we look at bigger reactors. Basically, the way I do it normally is 5, right? See this here? And then I have diamond here. Can leave it open, but it more likely blow up. See, I'm not sure it will, right? Because it's based on coolant versus the amount of rods that you use. So if I was to build this multiple times with the same amount of diamond blocks as I have now, I'm still cooling it the same amount as I am now. You know what I'm saying? The open air blocks inside would just be unused space. Like, I could just put this in the middle of that and go all the way top to bottom and probably have enough power. You know what I mean? I probably don't need any more than what I have right here, just to get the reaction that I'm looking for. But I could also do multiple of them. What I'm thinking of doing because it's 64, I'm thinking about doing this in each corner. If you made it fully empty. Oh, well, right, yeah, I am going to use coolant. Yeah, I mean, I just making sure, because I left a diamond block out once, and it said that it wouldn't let me fuse this because it said there was an air block inside. I'm hoping it's because just because I was missing a coolant, not that there was just an open spot. Meat blocks are best. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that too much. Air heat's higher than cooling agents. Well, I'm gonna have the same amount of cooling per rod as I do now. I'm not gonna fill this thing with rods either. Giggity. So that's, for example. Let me give you an example of what we're talking about here. We'll just do one in the corner to get started of the same type of pattern. So I'm going to need 5 reactor control rods. Right? So I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put underneath of those all of the bazillion reactor fuel rods I need, and then all diamond blocks here going down, 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 and down, and so on and so forth. Then I could do this in each corner, and I could do multiple of them in rows at that point. I could fill the whole thing with rows of that. I don't have enough diamond and resources, I don't think, to do that. But I could continue to add more to it over time. But even if I just did a few, like I could do this, whoop, and then just do another plus sign right next to it in rows. And then that would fill the whole thing. I just don't have the resources to do it. I'm just making sure. I just want to hope. Well, I think we're just going to do one corner, fill the roof in, and see if it works before I waste time adding more. I can always then break a hole in the roof and build more. Let's make sure it works, right? That makes way more sense. Better to have 3 or 4 layers of moderator blocks on the wall. Now, I'm not trying to get more power. I should probably preface this. I'm not looking for optimization here. Not my goal. I just want it to work. So I'm not looking for the best of everything. I just want to make sure it's going to work and not blow up. So when you say let me check my reactor. If moderator block missing will cause an issue. I think there has to be a block next to each of the rods for that to work. Aren't in direct lines? Well, I was going to do it. This was me trying to fill the whole thing up. So I was going to, because if I do this, because the emeralds are going to go right here, or the diamonds. So it's going to be a solid square. It's not just going to be plus signs. Let me do one, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do after that. First of all, let me get some diamonds. I don't even know if I got enough diamonds. Diamonds. I will need all the diamonds in the world. This is going to take a lot of diamonds. Luckily, I have a lot. Bear with me. We're going through blue dye like it's going out of season. I'll drop down to about 10K and then we'll stop there. Still making it. We're gonna make it. Dude. Okay, there we go. Let's clear that out now. Let's clear that out. 4 by 64 is enough. That'll do what I need it to do. So in the corner, I would need diamond blocks. Now, when you say you will burn full way too fast, I apologize. I don't know what you mean. Right, because I got to leave one to put a casing in there. But now I need to drop one right here. It's 62 because I forgot the top and the bottom right there. Oh, fuel. Again, not too worried about that. Again, not looking for optimization. As long as I'm using fuel slower than I'm producing it, I'm okay. And I can always increase fuel production as well as I need it. Okay, so now I'm going to need some actual fuel rods. Why you not let me type? Bigger. These guys. Funk. 2, 3, 4 again. Same type of idea. So, yeet. And I'm legit, once I put this little corner piece in, I'm going to fill in the roof. Because I can always bust holes in the roof. That's not a problem. Oh, you know what? I forgot there's 5 stacks of those, not 4. Could have just done that. Hey, I have an idea. Now I'm doing more than one. This one will also be rods. Oops. And make sure we don't miss a spot. Let me go back to diamonds. I could have done all 5 at once. Did cross my mind, though. It's all right. It's okay. Again, not a smart dude. How many times do I got to warn you guys? So that's set. Now I'm just going to fill the rest of the roof with casings, and we'll see if this thing even works to begin with. I can always add more after the fact. So well, the hard part is I'm going to have to do it manually at first, so I don't pull every wall in. Whoops. See where it says invalid block invisible light? That's what I'm concerned with. Emeralds are a little better than diamond. You are correct. I just don't have as much stuff making emeralds. So. It's true. Emeralds is what I use a lot as well. I just did not automate emeralds, so I don't have as much resources for emeralds. I'm concerned by this invisible light, because it's making me think there can't be an empty space in the reactor at all in order for it to work. Which means I'm still not going to have a reactor done today, because we're going to have a million things to do. Alright, so, in theory... Alright. Did I use it all? Oh no, there's more. Okay. I can always add more stuff later. So you're saying I will need to get rid of the ferro flares. Okay. Okay. So my ferro flares are my problem. Interesting. So technically, because the ferro flares are filling that area with light, it views it as an actual block. It's a light block, which makes it a non-valid block. Got it. Okay. Okay, that does make sense. Is that solid? It is solid. So I will have to break my flares that are putting light inside of that. I don't know how far they reach right off the bat, so. And the light doesn't disappear immediately, so it may take a minute for that to fix. Can you set the line? No, you can't right-click on them anymore. You used to be able to right-click on them or shift right-click on them, but now you can't do that. Which sucks, because I like that. I use more flares than I normally need anyways, and it's mostly decorative, but... Let's take a quick look. Doesn't look like I'm missing any blocks anywhere that I can see. Reactor. Okie dokie. You don't need flare lights if your trophies are off. That's correct, but when they're on, I want mobs to only spawn inside my mob farm. I don't want them to spawn everywhere else, which is why everywhere else has to be lit up except for my mod farm. I don't know what I was doing that. I have another drink over here. So I have select areas I want things to spawn. All right. So, let's go ahead and put a tap on this. I can do this. I don't have any made, okay? Point. That is the wrong one. Draven, you know better than that, you fool. You fool! Box plug. Same network. You'll see how smart that. Yeah. But I don't want to do that because I want to have about 20 or... I have usually 15 or 20 different mobs spawning at a given time. So what's honestly smarter and easier is to just use the trophies and light up the areas I don't want them to spawn in, which is what I was doing. I will just now have to use torches instead of lanterns over in the area where this is. Because then I can turn on as many different trophies as I want, and I can turn them on and off easier. I don't have to go break into my spawner in order to then break the mob spawner that I picked up and put inside of it. I will need fuel. I'm already blue. I don't... Okay. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me... Will block spawn without creating light sources? That I may have to switch to that then. That's a good point there. Time is nearly over. I'd completely forgotten about mega torches since I normally like flare lanterns. You are correct. That would probably be a better choice. And probably what we'll do. I think that's a smart move. Oakley dokley. Let's see. So here's what I'm gonna do. I need a chest, and I need another one of these guys, but I don't have the stuff to make these guys. So we're just gonna steal this one. This reactor is about to have a bad day, but that's okay. Oh, I forgot you can't pick these up. Dang it. We'll deal with that in a minute. All right, so let's start off with this. And that. I'm going to need my wrench. So that will pull out. Set that to output. Outputting waste, manual waste eject. It will. Yes, it will. That I didn't realize. So it let me build this one when I made it taller. I added more diamond blocks, but I missed one diamond. And it let me close it. But when I logged off and came back on the next day, the reactor was not formed, and it wouldn't let me because there was a light block inside. And I figured that just meant because there was an empty space. And so I put a diamond in there, and it was fine. Because now there was no empty space for light. But the flare lanterns here were causing that problem. No, it is not a mob farm. We're good there. We tested that. Mobs do not spawn on reactor blocks. Because I had this whole floor was reactor blocks, right? And no mobs ever spawned over here. So mobs do not spawn on reactor casings. So they will not spawn inside nor on top. You don't have to light it at all. If I break this, the amount of uranium that's going to fall is insane. Well, they're great when you don't have this problem. This is not a I've never had a lantern cause a reactor not to work before. So the raids will spawn in there. That'd be funny. They'll be stuck in there. It'd be great if you what do you call it? I'm just gonna make another chest. That'd be easier. Chest. Oh, diamond chest. I already had one. Sweet. Oh, that's right, because I made an extra one. Because we were going to put that for output, and then we just did the wireless after all. That's excellent. Chest. Why am I doing that? I want upgrade. Did I make any upgrades? I did not. Okay, so I'm going to need some upgrades. Let's do 2 of these. Iron, 2 of those. Gold, 2 of those. Diamond, 2 of those. Yee-hee. And we stick a chest up there. Stick those in there. I forgot to put the GPS in there. Then I can get rid of the flare. I'm going to need some cables. Cabin? Nope. Cable. And that's going to come from there. That should be input. Yes. Yes. Okay. So now now I just need to put some fuel in it. I guess that would help too, wouldn't it? Draven needs fuel. Draven needs fuel badly. They did spawn on them. In Sky Factory 4, there were no bigger reactors in Sky Factory 4. So that wasn't possible. This mod was not in Sky Factory 4. You may be thinking of fission reactors and fusion reactors, which were in Sky Factory 4, and mobs could spawn on some of those blocks. But bigger reactors or extreme reactors were not in Sky Factory 4. You got fuel? You got fuel. Fire it up. See how much makes. So I need to know, what's the book? Hang on, let me pull the book out. Passbook. All right, so we have made a 64 by 64 passively cooled reactor. That is done. Yay. And then there was where's the power one? There it is. 100K RF and 1 million RF. Where's this? How many do I know if it's RF? Oh, here we go. Well, I hit the 50K, that's for sure. And we may hit the, I don't know if we'll hit the 1 million. We're going to hit the 1 million. Do it. Do it. Yes. 1 million and still climbing. And I only used one corner of this. One tiny little corner. That's cray-cray. It'll hold 2.4 GIR. I don't even begin to know how much that is. I'm not going to lie to you. So now that we know that's running, what I need to do is come over here where it's making my uranium. And I need to take this, sink it to that chest, and now it will send the fuel directly into here. Giga RF. Murph. Those are all true. I still don't know what any of those amounts are, though. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move all the fuel over. And then we got to watch and see, am I gaining fuel or losing fuel, right? Because that's the question. Am I gaining fuel faster than I'm burning it? And I won't know until I have all my fuel put over here, and then we watch. And I'm going to turn this reactor off so I know the other one is the only one currently working. Granted, it's going to drain this one, maybe? Yes, it is. Isn't it? It's not even draining that one because it's pulling off the other one. We're at 28, 68, 69, 70. Hmm. 71. Okay, so we are gaining fuel from this setup faster than this machine is using it, so I don't have to worry about ever shutting it off. I'm intrigued by this only being halfway full. Casing heating. Normally this one over there was all the way up. My casing heating's not even that hot, probably because there's so much empty space. This was all the way blue on the other one. M equals 1. Okay. So, still climbing. I'm almost at 1.25 million. Wonderful. Produce 100,000, produce 1 million. 3 achievements knocked out right there. Wonderful. So my temperature is only 11,000 of 2,000. So my temperature is less than the highest it should be. So that's actually a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Granted, if it was maxed out, yes, it could be more optimal, but luckily, I don't care. I don't need it to be optimal. It's already producing more power than this one did, by far. So, let's see. So right off the bat, this system over here is not connected to Flux yet. So I need to do that, because that's one of the issues we're having. Let's do this. And I can just set that right. Ooh, come on, Draven, fly up. Put-up. And then I can sever this. And these will no longer be needed. Everything will run off of that flux. That did not vein mine. Oh, because I'm on weird vein mine. I forgot. None. No, cable, no. I'm just kidding. Alright, so at this point, I can shut this down, right? Good steam producer and turbine you can generate right after it takes. Right, but steam turbines have absolutely no use whatsoever. I have to build one for the achievement, but why? What do I need it for? I'm producing more power than I'll probably ever use, and I'm using one tiny little corner of this thing. Imagine if I filled this thing with those pluses, right? Imagine how much power that would be. It would be insane. All right, so we can take this apart, and then we'll go and check and make sure that everything is working the way I need it to be. Tear it down. Probably could have waited to make sure that worked before I tore all this down, but again, why? I would like to know why my wood blocks kept going missing. Again, you get to a point when you're like, I have all the power I need. Could I get more? Yeah, but why waste my time doing it? What benefit do I get out of it? The answer to that is none. Unless I need more power, at which point I'll look at it at that point. But for right now, I'm doing all right. All right, so now that one's completely down, 2782. $83, still climbing and not dropping. That's good. All right, good Good sauce. So we now have a reactor, and I got a little room to work with over here. I wish those holes would stop appearing in places. Colorless log, colorless wooden planks. Hang on those. All right. So we said, so now I need to fix something with the lighting over here. Where are the holes at? Fix some of these holes. Any holes over here? There's one. I think there's one or two under the reactor, but I'm not worried about those. Okay. And we said megatorch, right? Megatorch. Megatorches don't produce light. Two. Wow, I could make two. What do you need? Oh, gold blocks. That's why. I don't know what the range on these things are. F7. Well, it says it produces the equivalent of light. Interesting. All right, I will work on those and fixing, lighting up this area off camera. You guys don't have to watch me putting all the torches down and stuff. Now, the only other thing I need to do is I need to get that area chunk loaded so it keeps working. Because it's currently outside the range of my chunk loader. Oh, I forgot you got to make this one. You got to make this one. Basic chunk loader. Golden chunk loader, big old Hossovich chunk loader. Okay. Okay. So I need to add another one of these. Let's, I don't remember. I guess I should put this on the top of it, to be honest. Because I think it goes all the way from top to bottom, right? Like, of like build height. So this is how far this one reaches, but I don't need it to go any further currently. My other one only went to here. So I need to make sure the reactor stayed going. Okay, cool. I can always add more if we keep building, so. Chunk loading for win. Is this the side I'm on? No, this side. Victory! Missed! Hey, there we go. Finished filling out our grass. Grass is done. And I did get all of our Britannia mana full. That is something I did over the last few days. So we can try the Gaia again. We only have 20 minutes left in the stream. We may have to wait on that till tomorrow because we did also want to try Awakened, which we have the area to do it now, although I have to refill those with the essence that we had. What was the thing that was holding us back on Awakened? Does anybody remember? I needed Awakened Helmet. I have those. I guess I just needed to make all these things, which... Wait, no. What did I need for Awakened? Why am I... How do I get Awakened Essence? How do I get Awakened Essence? Here we are. Oh, that's what I needed. Okay. So, let's add that to our list. So I need Cognizant Dust. Oh, crap. That's what it was. I have to drop the Wither. I have to kill the Wither or the Ender Dragon when killed with an Essence weapon enchanted with Mystical Enlightenment. This Cognizant Dust stuff is ass. And I don't know if I even want to go through that. Because I'll have to rebuild a Wither killing area. Got to figure out how to make an Essence weapon and how to figure out how to put Mystical Enlightenment on it. Definitely not going to do the Ender Dragon. They just take too long to kill with a powerful weapon. Take 10 times as long with something weaker that only has a special ability. I'm not sure that how much worth it that is. Let's try this. Let's take a look here. What am I doing? Here we go. Supremium. So it's a premium helmet. 5 armor, 3 toughness, unbreakable. 6 armor, 3.5 toughness. So 1 more armor and a half more toughness. And not 10% knockback resistance. And I could care less about the plant growth AoE bonus. I'm not sure I really need that. One health. It gives me one other augment slot. And while that could be kind of cool, a lot of my bonus and shield and everything is coming from Draconic. So I really don't need that many more augment slots. Since I'm using Draconic, provides me a better shield than that would. For the difficulty, that's what I was thinking as well, Turtle. I don't think it's worth it. Because I can't, I mean, the augments I add aren't that good. I need to be able to fight the Chaos Dragon. That's what I'm building up my arm, and the Gaia and that stuff too. But my big thing is that I need to survive the Chaos Dragon. So that's all about optimizing my Draconic, which is, I need to finish filling this with cores, I guess. I guess I'm going to need a quantum energy tunnel, right? Because I'm going to need power to be able to get from the overworld to me in the end. I don't know what wireless energy link does. So the top two are the ones I'm looking at. Wireless energy drink and quantum energy tunnel. Let's see what those do. And if I would need more than one of them. Let's see. I don't even see where they are. They were orange, weren't they? Oh, one's orange. Looks like a plus sign. Is it me or do I not see that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Ship right click, core module to link. Energy core with module to link. Max out. Yeah, and that's what I'm working on is Draconic gear, which I think is more important than the other one. Yeah. I don't know what this does, though, is the problem. I can put one in. I guess I might as well make one. Worst case scenario, it can't hurt me, right? So I'll put one. We'll make one of those. See if I have the stuff to make one of those. And I lost it. Where'd it go? There it is. So for that, I need... What is that? Wyvern Wireless Energy Crystal. For that, I need a Wyvern Energy Relay Crystal. For that, I need to make 4 of these. Okay. Alright. Let's try that again. No, I needed 2 of those. So I actually need 8 of those energy crystals. Well, that makes 4. That could be enough. Okay. Wait, what am I making? I'm very confused all of a sudden. I need 2 of these, but I can't because I need 2 of these. But I can't because I need to make that. Didn't I just make 4 of them? I don't know what just happened there. What the hell did I just make? That took up all my energy. Was it these basic energy relays? Is that what I did? I took my resources up? I don't remember making these. Okay, let me make some of these. I'm running out of Wyvern cores again. Draconium cores. Where are Draconium cores there? There's a couple sacks of those. That's why I'll stop running out of those. Blue gem thing. Basic energy relay. There's 2 different kinds, and they look identical. That sucks. Okay, I still need to make that. Okay, I still need 2 of those blue things. Okay. Need 2 of these blue things. Well, there's 4. I'll make a couple extra just in case. Okay. So now I get to the screen where the blue ones are. There's 4 of those. Okay. Feel like we're getting somewhere. Still can't make that. Okay. All right. Now I need 4 of these. 4 of those. Okay. Getting somewhere now. 1, 2 of those. All right. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So now I need 1 of these. That's easy enough. I make those all day. And I need 1 of these. I need 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make that. Oh, now I need the middle thing. Now I need more of the blue things. Good lord. Rabbit hole! Make a couple of those. What am I missing? I need 2 more of these. Which means I need 4 of those. Middle thing. Blue thing. There's the 2 of those I needed. There's that. There's that. Somehow that went away. Okay. Got one. Woo! Okay. So, that goes in my dragon capacitator. Okay. No, this one. This one. Show me the... There it is. The module won't fit in that position. How big is this? What in the world? Right-click the energy core. What's an energy core? Do I have one of those? Is it in here? No, it's not in there. Energy core, energy core. How do you make one of those? Energy core, purple. Oh, okay. Well, let's make one energy core stabilizer. All right, we'll make that. Ah, here it is, energy core. Got one. Well, I didn't do anything. Why did you tell me to... Right, toggle build guide. Yes, assemble core. Invalid block colorless wooden planks. Oh, it's doing a thing, but it has to be... Oh, okay, so it has to be up in the air. Okay. Okay. Oh. You need to generate it's a multi-box structure. Right, yeah, got started on that. Stabilizers. Oh, is this a reactor? Is this a draconic reactor thing? Oh, maybe I don't want to build that over here. That would probably be something I want to put over here then. Okay. Okay. So that, yes, we talked about making that. Okay, so if that's the case, then interesting. All right, well then we don't have time to work on that today. That's something we're going to have to come back to then. But my other concern is I was going to make one of those wireless energy links, but now I got no place to put it. How big are those? And how much work is that going to be? Oh, no, it's all this again. All right, we're going to make one. I can't be defeated. Except, you know, by all the things that defeat me. 1, 2, 3, 4 more of those. Jump in here. 1, 2 of those. Yes. Much faster this time. Okay. How does that fit in there? If I take that other thing out, right? Let me pull that out. It's... How do you put both of them in there? What's the point? I'm very confused. And I don't know what they do is the biggest problem. One's an energy link, one's an energy tunnel. What does that mean? Oh, this is just better than that? Oh, well. Well, that's good to know now. Okay. So I don't need that one, I just need this one. Source fire that does explode. The reactor needs chaos shards. So I can't even have that then until after I've beaten the Chaos Dragon is what you're telling me. So the things I'm working on right now are useless until after I beat the dragon. Okay, well then I don't need that in here. I'd be better served filling it up with more of these things, right? So that I have power when I get there. Since I won't be able to pull power. I mean, technically I'm using Flux also, aren't I? But I don't think Flux is charging that in my Curios slot. You can have the core, but not the reactor. So they're different things. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. Interesting. Okay, well, then, that is things we'll have to work on. Let me set that over in here, because that's obviously something I need to work on. I'll put these away. So our big thing today was this guy, right? That was our big achievement of the day. Take a look over here at our fuel. 27. Just making sure it's still continuing to climb up here. And it is. So that's good. So power should not be an issue for all the things I need to do. Oh, I'd be interested to run the Draconic and see whether or not it sucks all my power out anymore. I'd be interested to see. Whoop! I thought he said that he fixed that. I saw in the notes that said that they had changed the amount of power it takes to run some of these simulations. That sucks. $27.80. Was it $27.80? I didn't think it was at 27. I don't remember. I'll be honest with you. I'm just looking to see if the number's climbing, which is consistently, even though I'm now draining the hell out of it with that hostile neurals, the number's still climbing. Because this is confusing. Yeah, you could be right. Adding its own flux point the cables might not be able to transmit the power fast enough. That is probably part of my issue. Let me let's grab another flux. What the flux? Flux. That's a plug. I need a point. Flux point. Let's do that and that. And that'll run the other couple machines connected to it. Yeah, that was the problem. The cables weren't able to keep up with it. Okay. Which is fine, because the cables are more than enough to handle the machines I have over here. These things are not having power issues. So, I can probably get rid of this at this point. And that looks all right. Let me put that in here. The dragon thing is useful. I need it for hearts. So, like, I need it for hearts to get awakened draconium. I went back and checked. It was higher earlier. I'm at 2390. So it is dropping. But this is using a ton of power. Waiting for it to finish. All right, we pull that out. Yeah, it's dropped again, but I was using a lot there. Interesting. So I'm about to go to 2400 again. So I guess we need to check and see if it goes back under 2400, right? So it's basically a 2400. So interesting. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this space for. This would have been good space for all that stuff, to be honest with you. But I'm not moving it now. I couldn't move these. I did have to add 2 more barrels today, because the last one I had was finally filling up over there. Did I clean my backpack? I did. Good. I'm running low on food. So yeah, I mean, we're pretty much at time here. I'll light up the area, so that way we can start using this for other stuff. Kind of wish I'd put the reactor in a back corner so it was more out of the way now, but it is what it is. I'm not sure as hell not moving it. I could tell you that right now. I don't know how big the Draconic reactor stuff is. I kind of wanted to build Draconic off this way. So, what I might do, honestly, I might tear this up. I may break everything except leave a small walkway around the reactor and get rid of the rest of that. Because I don't normally like big giant areas like that in Skyblock. I kind of like everything to have its own little section. So I might tear this out, and then I can expand Draconic off this end, give it its own little Draconic area like I always intended. And I could build like, you know, like a walkway, like as wide as that is, but make it go out here, and then make a square for Draconic, and then I can also build off going this way for additional stuff if we want. I also can expand more up top, right? We've got the up top part done, and I still have plenty of room downstairs as well. So there's a lot of room for expansion. Now that you're using cyclic pipes again, how do you think it compares to pipes personally? Cyclic not needing upgrades is nice, but I like the configurability of pipes much better. So I think pipes in the long run will actually transfer more. Now let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I'm gonna say that at this point, I'm gonna say I prefer pipes because pipes have a universal option that will transfer power, water, or solids. Cyclic does not have that option. You can only make them separately. That gives pipes the biggest edge in my mind. Because I can make a universal cable that I can use for whatever I want. And that's nice. It can be a little expensive and stuff, but it is what it is. Plus, I think pipes are easier to make. I love cyclic, don't get me wrong. I like a lot of the things I like about cyclic. The filters and stuff are still there, so I'm perfectly fine using cyclic, for sure. But I do think pipes are probably a little bit more versatile now that I've worked with them more. So, hopefully that's an honest answer you were looking for. See my lava filled back up again. Yep, I drained this earlier today. As you can see, I rearranged the butt magic area a little bit. This was all cramped up over here. We were having to switch this out. So then since I took Mystical out, I was able to use that space to really give butt magic a little bit more room there. And we got this over here. This is from the statues. I'm not going to turn them back on now. But I will get them back on later today, so that way we can continue to build up on our quest to get more hats. We've only got 2 minutes left. So tomorrow, let's see. We're going to skip Awakened, because I just don't think it's worth the effort. And there's no achievement tied to it that I'm aware of. We need to start working on some more Draconic stuff, but there are some other mods that we need to look at. We need to do some more work over here in Occultism. I'd like to fight the Gaia again tomorrow. We didn't get to do that today. So tomorrow we'll fight the Gaia. We'll fight a few more of the pearls. I'll do some of the easy pearls off camera today if I have time. By the easy pearls, I mean things like passive mobs and things like that. Like, you know, polar bears. They're not super passive, but you know what I'm saying. They're not, like, really, really hard. A Wandering Winemaker. Okay, I really want to do that one. Oh, maybe wait. Zoglin? I don't know what that is. Zombie Horse? I don't know what that is. Zombie Pigs. Zombie Piglin. Wish. Ugh. Some of the bigger, harder to fight ones I'll save for you guys so you can watch me in case I die. I know you love that. But, yeah. Let's see what we got on our list here. Still need to get a Beholder familiar. That's going to be from Occult. Got to fight the Gaia. Dimensional Matrix. I spelled it wrong, I know. That's a storage system in Occult, which is what I want to build up to. I want to see if that offers us a better system than what we're using between barrels and butt magic. That sounds so funny. So I want to see if that's better. Waken's the premium gear. We're going to just check that off because I'm not going to do it. And Cognizant Dust goes with it. It's the devil. Potato Dimension. We've got to do that. We still got to figure out the bubble blower. Working on Occult. But a lot of our big goals are done now. We've done a lot. So definitely, if there's things in Sky Factory 5 that you're struggling with or you'd like us to figure out, kind of like today we were asked about this Spelled mod that I didn't know was in here I've never seen before. I'm going to work on that today if I can, so we can fiddle with it tomorrow as well. So I'll do some research on that. But if there's mods in here you found that maybe you're not familiar with, maybe I'm not familiar with, let me know. Throw in the comments so that way I can we can tackle that together, find some stuff, and get it done. Because I definitely would like to leave no stone unturned. And if anybody wants to take the time to go through the JEI and look for funny things like dirt and worms, I don't know why I'd want that, but I feel like that's something I should do. Are there weird blocks in here that we don't know what they are, what they do, or they look fun? Tell me. We'll figure it out. In a skyblock world, why do I need oak boat with a chest? That confuses me. But it's there, so who knows? All right, cool. It makes dirt? Well, now I want to make it even more. Wondermus! What was that called? Dirt and worms. All right, we're gonna add that to the list. We're gonna do that tomorrow. Dirt and worms. All right, we're gonna do that tomorrow. The task at the very end. Yeah, it's something with dimensions. I'm assuming it has something to do with the RF tool dimensions, but I don't know what it is, so it's meaningless to me right now. It says discover that dimension, but I don't know what that is. So, I mean, well, I figure we'll get to it at some point. I'm assuming it's hard, or it wouldn't be at the end like that, so I figured we'd probably wait a little bit more till closer to the end of the series for that, unless people really, really want me to do it for some reason. Oh, yeah, we need to do the heart canisters. Crap, we never got to that today. Oh, my caps lock is on. Heart canisters. Crap, I was going to work on those today. Can't spell anything. Canisters. I think that's correct. Excellent. Okay. We're going to work on stuff tomorrow. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with me tonight. As always, it is greatly appreciated. If you had a good time or like me even just a little bit, it'd be awesome if you'd consider clicking the old like button. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. All that, even if you're watching this in the future, still super helps. I do want to say I did go back this week through all my playlists and fix them. Many of them, turns out, did not autoplay in order from episode 1 to whatever. So those should all be fixed now and easier to access for people who want to go back and watch old Sky Factory series or other series that I've done. That was a request, so I got that all done. But I'll be back here again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night is our 3-hour stream, so we'll have an extra hour to hang out together. So come on by and hang out. It would be awfully cool if you did. All right? Cool. You folks have yourself a great weekend. If I don't see you, party hard, but party safe. And I'll see you back here as soon as possible. All right? Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.